probably most common is selling to neighboring franchisees. And it's the same conversation. It's like, hey, neighboring franchisee, what's your goal? What are you thinking about doing? And are you in expansion mode and you don't have enough territories? Are you in thinking about selling? And so it's the same conversation that you could have with a franchisor. You want to have that kind of open communication with franchisees. And I'm comfortable doing that. And so, the conversation is like, hey, if you ever think about selling, let me know. I'm interested in expanding, and I might actually sell myself if the right opportunity came along. So I really like having that conversation with neighboring franchisees. And when I say neighboring franchisees that are, in a couple hours of you are your neighboring franchisees, because you might have a franchisee. You'll just use, I was in Austin, Texas, and I had a lot of franchises in that market, and I was the master franchise for that market. So I know a lot of the dynamics of having 42 locations and some people expanding, some people selling. And let's say there is a group that's in College Station, or they're in Waco, or they're in Killeen Temple Market, and they are in a small market with 2 or 3 locations, 2 or 3 territories, and the grass is always greener. So they want to expand. Maybe it's Houston or Austin. And so I've had conversations with franchisees about going from a small market to a larger market, because all of a sudden the larger market is always more attractive when you're in a small market, and vice versa. So I'm not talking about your direct neighbor, but I'm talking about your neighboring franchisees. Think about it this way. Franchisees that are in your DMA. If you don't know what that term is, it's designated marketing area. It's really the radio or television footprint. So in Austin, that looked like College Station to Waco to partway to San Antonio, going to Killeen in that market. So it was a wide market. So think of the DMA. Those are your neighbors. Anyone that, if you have a group that gets together, maybe you meet once a year, those are your neighbors. So I would just have close relationship with all of them. Plus, they might know somebody that is thinking about buying, or they hear somebody through validation that's thinking about buying. And I know franchisors don't like it when that happens, when validation happens and somebody hears about an existing unit for sale, but that absolutely happens. And if the people that are validating don't know about open stores that might be for sale or locations that might be for sale, it's never going to happen. So neighboring franchisees, I've done that at least a handful of times. So that's number one.